5.5 weeks out, somebody called the damn ambalam. Lads, I've been through it the past few days. We'll talk about it later. Anyway, in this notepad, what I thought would be cool is to break down the total cost that it's cost you boy to do this one show. I've never really looked into or actually broke down what each prep has cost me. I'll get into what past preps cost me, which was an absolute joke. We're considering the trips to the US, all that stuff. Whereas now I'm in the pad, I'm chilling in the cardio ripped bottoms. I'm not away in sunny LA, I'm not in sunny Houston. And I want to break down the cost of what just doing this one show, a 9.5 week prep, has cost me. Buckle the fuck up. The reason I want to do this is because, let's be real, competing has become super popular on social media. Like when I did my first show in 2019, which isn't that long ago if you think about it, competing was popular for bodybuilders, but it wasn't so popular for like social media. Like the average 16-year-old that watches TikTok wants to compete now. It wasn't like that. Anyway, what I've broke down is supplements. We know what they are. Food. Now you're going to be eating anyway, but sometimes you might invest in just better food. Memberships. I have the show entry and tan. I have flights and accommodation. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head that it did cost me this time. That is just solely prep, but we'll get into this. So supplements for the 9.5 weeks. Now if I was to take in account these supplements for the entire growing phase or the period in LA, it will be a lot more, but I'm talking literally from when I touch back down in Dublin up until show date. Supplements is gonna have cost me 1.25k which is wild. Food, now I'm just going off weekly shops because I'm not eating out, so this would probably be way more in a normal month or a normal 9-week period. Food cost me 1,000, which isn't too bad. 1,000 to feed yourself for 9.5, maybe that is bad, but I shop a little. Memberships, you have the NPC worldwide membership, that cost me 75. The show entry and tan, the entry was 300, the tan is 140, so that's 440. And then flights and accommodation in Romania for 5 days, the flights were 330 and the accommodation was 350, which cost me 680. The total for this 9.5 week prep, I've never looked into this shit, bro. I've always just like signed up for a show and then just went about my life, just bought what I needed to buy and just cracked on. This show has cost me 3.4k at 45 euro. What the fuck? I came to the realization of how much I spent on other preps. Lads, last year's prep, if I can just think off the top of my head based off these 5 things plus being in Houston and the car and everything else, I think last prep cost me like 12k. What the fuck? And I couldn't even go pro. I took an L, man. If we would have continued with the LA stunt this year and done that show, I think that prep would have came close to 10k or more. Actually, definitely more. Way more. No way. Which is wild, man. Like, you do not think about this when you're just looking at one show date and saying I'm starting prep tomorrow. 3.4k. It is what it is. I woke up today, 181.4, weighed less yesterday. Makes me feel like this. But I did have one hell of a few days, and I'll get into that soon. But holy shit, preps kicked in. The notepad of heartbreaks. I'm losing my mind again, people. It usually happens around 5 weeks out. It'll be worth it if I go pro. If not, I will have spent maybe 25 G's on preps. Use code GLEN. I get to eat in 40 minutes. Okay, the last few days have been a ride. I'm gonna get into it. I feel like I know why I put myself, or how I put myself in that situation. I'm talking about fatigue, man. Like you all know, last year we pushed hard as f in Houston. It was an 11-week prep. I was like 26-27% body fat at the start of that. So like we pushed from the get-go, and I experienced extreme prep fatigue, probably more than the average person would on a bodybuilding prep, because you do, like a couple of weeks in, you'll have heavy legs. You might wake up with a few aches and pains. But last year was extreme for me, so I was expecting never really to tap into that again. Anyway, we checked in on, what day is it now? Thursday? Wednesday. We checked in last Friday. It was the day we filmed the video when the calories changed. Yeah, calories got pulled back, and we added in a few more things to the stack, just fat burners and shit. And the day after that, so we had a heavy back day that day. I definitely pushed myself a little bit too hard, which plays a role in all this. I'll get into it all and why I feel like it was as extreme as it was. Anyway, the day after that, I woke up like I got hit by a train. And again, lads, I've experienced like the the heavy prep fatigue, but this was like I woke up with a flu. The whole body was fatigued. Usually it's legs and whatever muscle group you train that day, and you might have just some inner aches and pains, but like when I say I woke up like I got hit by a train, I mean in bits. So I was like panicking a little bit. How the f do I do this for another 6 weeks? I'll get it done anyway if I have to, but this is extreme. And I experienced extreme last year, being on 1,300 calories for 2 weeks. I think I was still doing 20,000 steps, training like 3 hours on Alpha Land like a madman, coming home, eating all my meals in one go, going to bed. So I definitely, I'm up there with Prep XP in terms of pushing hard. Here's why I feel like it was so intense this time. I've basically, if you think about it, lads, I've basically been, but my body has basically felt like it's been on prep a lot longer than I think I know. So if we go back, when did I start prep last time, man? It's around your birthday, wasn't it? Or after your birthday?
No, like April.
So April. So if you think about it, I started the prep in April, built up a ton of fatigue. I was in LA, I was fatigued. I knew I was walking up hills every day, 20,000 steps. The legs were like 2-cylinder bricks were attached to the bottom of it. So fatigue was in then, prep fatigue was in. That's the fatigue that you just know you have to deal with for the rest of prep. It doesn't usually get worse. It just hovers around the same area. You might wake up with more DOMs one day than another. But so prep fatigue was fully in. I was on prep, I think 7 weeks, fully kicked in. And then we called it quits on that prep. And here's where I f***ed up. I didn't give the body a rest. I maintained cardio every single day just for mental. I didn't want to get fat. I wanted the whole condition, push calories up. I know that would have helped a little bit. But lads, like 3 weeks into being on a lean bulk, I was still waking up every day with prep legs. Like Em can attest to this. There were some days we were just walking to the shop and I was like, I feel like I'm on prep right now with my legs. So fatigue was still in the body. Pushed for another 8 weeks, still training hard. All rest days, you're in LA, you know, you're on a vibe. Euphoric as f***. You're like, rest day? The f*** is that? Still going to gym every single day, pushing hard, hitting PRs, still cardio every single day. Steps were crazy high still. Me and Em were actually going out and doing shit then. Come home to Dublin, I think I didn't train for a day. Now keep in mind, I don't think I missed a single cardio session. Even when there was days I felt like shit in LA, I still got cardio done. But back in Dublin, I'm in Dublin 2 days, still training hard, still doing cardio. And then I'm back onto the couch, let's start prep again. And then from day one of prep, cardio every single day and calories pulled back drastically. Like I was eating almost 5,000 to day one on prep, eating 3,000 calories. And it quickly built up, and 2 weeks into this prep now, full prep legs were in. Full prep legs were in. Full fatigue, like the prep fatigue that you know you just have to suck it up and deal with for the rest of prep. So heavy. Anyway, we made those adjustments, added in those extra fat burners, and again I woke up the next day like I just got hit by a train. I've never experienced anything like this. And I feel like it's just an accumulation of my body being pushed to its limits for what would be the guts of almost 4 whole months of being pushed. And we're talking dipping into a prep, depleting the body, building up loads of prep fatigue, to then slamming more calories in, hitting PR, slamming 2 hour, 3 hour workouts, to then jumping straight back on a prep, cardio every day, calories pulled drastically. I almost like set myself up to feel like this, like hit with a train. I'm talking waking up the next day feeling like I got hit with a flu, you know, when your whole CNS feels like shit, we're tapping out, man, game's over. But I pushed through. Like the past few days I didn't even have enough energy to pick up the camera myself and vlog. I'm talking down bad. But today and yesterday I felt somewhat normal, just back to normal everyday prep fatigue, which feels so much easier for me right now. So maybe that was like a blessing in disguise, but who knows, I might need to take like a couple of days off everything, training, cardio, before one last heavy push to get as dialed as I need to be for this show, because that was fucking extreme. Like I'm talking, I wasn't ill, but if you had saw me, I looked ill. Whole body was just like shutting down. Gonna keep pushing till the next check-in, and then we'll see if we run that like little reset, refresh for a couple of days. If not, I don't give a fuck, man. It's 5 more weeks of just straight suffering to then come back here with a pro card and dive into what Em said, 4 bowls of rice from Belgium and 4 full bowls of chicken, and eat until I can't eat no more. Put the rest of that in the fridge, come down at 4 AM in the morning, tuck into another bowl of rice, a bowl of chicken, feel sick to my stomach, go back to sleep.
More.
Wake up again for breakfast. Em's eating eggs, toast, rashers. I'm saying, where the f is my third bowl out the fridge, man? It was a wild few days. I didn't film anything, so I have a feeling this video is going to be short. So I apologize because I still want to stick to the upload schedule, man. I'm locked in, bro. I feel back. I was a complete write-off the past couple of days. On we go. How many steps do I have left? 2.5K and then I can eat. I don't know what this is. Whenever I'm not expecting a ghost package, it's like, it's a mystery. You know, but it's always just a shaker or some shit.
I'd say it's pump.
No, I already got all the pump.
Oh, did you? Did you not do a hole? Oh.
Pump,
okay.
pump. Where's the rest of them? Pump. Appreciate you, Sam.
Oh, it's the... I think that's the clear way.
Is it?
I feel like. Am I right?
I think this is like 2 months late.
Oh.
Mint Oreo.
Mmm.
I'll have you in 5 weeks.
I'll test
You
it.
could try. I don't know when this dropped. I feel like this is a late delivery. I feel like that dropped. F it, man. Some more whey to add to the press that I won't have. So I'll have to prep, and then after prep, will I be drinking whey? No, I won't. I'll be dolphin diving into bowls of ocean, bro. Swimming in, what's the sauce called? You know what it's called.
I don't know, red
Yes, you
salsa?
do. No, the other sauce, that sauce.
Cholula.
Cholula sauce, man. I'm gonna go take a nap. Bye. Bring it in. This is how good arm days are still going on prep. Check out the settle.
Alright.
Stronger than when I was on a bulk. Ha! I'm snapping though because I spent the last 15 minutes digging in my gym bag and realised, I don't know how because I didn't use these yesterday, but I'm missing a wrist strap, which is crucial on arm day. RIP the Athlete wrist straps. I could probably go heavier, but I'm not gonna. That's a one-way ticket to Snap City. Let me get this quadruple sized, oversized 6XL tee off me real quick. Arm day is the only day. I can literally hear the SoundCloud mix from over there. Yeah, arms and shoulders is the only day where I'll wear something like this. Every other day, it's extremely oversized clothing because I'm suffering from crippling body dysmorphia right now. Crippling. But how I'm looking, man? Touchy? That shit hard? That's gonna be like a wet sock in 15. I think my eardrums are gonna be damaged after this prep. I could go heavier, like no joke. But remember, energy is limited right now. And if I go heavier, guess what's gonna happen? I'm gonna be a for the rest of the workout. I almost like slurred my words and fainted right there. I'm swapping a movement, man. I'm getting too rusty for the incline bench, dumbbell skull crushers. Last week my elbows felt like they were gonna explode, bro. Just haven't got enough synovial fluid around the joints no more, man. I'm drying up.
Just spit on it and be grand. Or like put some WD-40.
Have you got WD-40, bro? Session done. That was like low key the redemption session for me this week. Like when I say I got hit with that wave of fatigue, lads, I thought it was over for me. Training was taking a hit. I couldn't even get through one working set of the first movement without feeling like I need to go home and go back to bed. It was like a small panic, but finally, I know it's only shoulders and arms, and I'm seeing, you know, you hit that level in prep where you're like, okay, it's starting to come together now. It's starting to become a reality. You start to just be a little more lean than the average person who's cutting and gets lean is. And you're like, you know, you feel how you feel and stuff, but when you're seeing footage of you in that shape, and I still have 5 more weeks to chip off body fat, confidence is just rising. This has been like the first prep where there's zero food focus. I don't care about a meal when you have a goal as big as this in such a short time frame. I don't care about food. I'm not thinking about food. I can eat food in a couple of weeks, bro. It's not long. And it's the only time where I've really been focusing on fatigue. So like prep and fatigue is the only variable right now that could make or break me. And went and got me some peppers. Peppers and Pepsi. Show the goods, man. Show the goods. Some peppers and Pepsi. Some Pepsiers. Yeah, so we're back. We're back in full swing, folks. Lock in, man. I'd say over the next 1 to 2 weeks, we're gonna see me go from being just average cutting lean to, okay, he's getting close to a show. And will I feel the equivalent of that? Probably yes. But I'm ready for it. I guess I'm carrying this. Oh. Key tip, man, Pepsi Max, 1 calorie per 250 ml, lowest low sugar drink you can get. Sponsor me.